tennis tournament may not have gone as I thought it would. But you know what? Golf seems to be alright today. It's a nice day out. Why is everybody else lining up for their first shot? It's my first shot. Oh well, let me do it anyway. Why are there 3 balls in the air? Why is everybody running? Alright. Caught up to my ball. Alright, gonna line up for my next shot. What's going on next to me here?
Nice shot.
Oh my god, what was that? Hopefully it's not like that for the rest of the tournament. This has become nonsense. Not only do I have to run for the ball, I had someone singing at me, someone threw ice on the thing. What? Can't even use a golf cart. What else could go wrong? He just threw lightning from his hands. Fuck this, I'm out. Welcome on back to the Kelderock Show, where we talk all things gaming for a majority of the time. Today, we're jumping in to Mario Golf Super Rush for the Nintendo Switch. Released on June 25th, 2021. This game came out with some high hopes following up, the Mario Golf series, came off a lackluster game on the 3DS. Not really the best on the Wii U. They want to try to get back to the golden days. Now, how do they do that? With a kick-ass intro and not much else. Unfortunately, as you see when we get in there, there's not much to it. When you first load up the game into the main menu, you have Play Golf, Golf Adventure, Ranked Match, the Golf Guide, Solo Challenges, Player Stats, and Options. Doesn't really give you too much to really work with there, They brought back something from the Game Boy days, but that's alright. When you go into Play Golf, you have Standard Golf, Speed Golf, Battle Golf, and Target Golf. We'll go into each individually. When you play this game, though, you have the option of buttons or motion controls. The motion controls are alright. They're not the greatest like Wii Sports. You can play up to 4 people per console, and they have plenty of characters here. You see here that we got Mario, we got Luigi, we got Wario, we got Daisy, we got Peach, we got Waluigi, we got Yoshi, we got Bowser, we got Bowser Jr., we got Rosalina, we got Donkey Kong, we got Boo, we got Pauline, Toad, Chargin' Chuck, Ninja, Toadette, King Bob-omb, Koopa Troopa, Wiggler, Shy Guy, and the Miis. You also see that there's a random slot, but that's nothing too crazy. You can play as a Mii. Now, one of the things they did with the cool characters is, first of all, you get Star Cups or Superstar Clubs. You get those basically just by playing the game. The more you play with the character, the better clubs you get. And if you play online in the ranked matches, you get different costumes and colors for certain characters. Like Mario got his USA costume. We try to go through all of them. Yoshi's got different colors. Boo gets a visor. Toad gets his different colors. Koopa Troopa gets his different colors. And I believe that's really it. Nothing too crazy. They could have done a little more with it, but when we get to the negatives, I'll explain why that kind of happened. But the characters are pretty cool. Now, as we go in, we can see that we have the courses here. We have a rookie course, the Bonnie Green course, the Ridgewood Lake, the Balmy Dunes, Wild Weather Woods, and Bowser Highlands. That was it for the start of the game. Later down the road, we've got New Donk City, the Blusterin' Bosons, the Spiky Palms, the Shelltop Sanctuary, and the All-Star Summit. Those all came in free DLC updates throughout the game. With that being said, again, more like that's really annoying that they did that, but it's cool to have it. You could set your own rules, do what you need to do. Now, when it comes to playing the game, it's pretty simple. Line up your shot how you want to, and then you use the A button to set your power, and then you can double tap A to get a top spin, hit AB to get kind of like a semi-spin or a backspin, or if you hit BB like twice, hit a double, you get a super backspin to go in that. And on top of that as well, you even get ways to curve your shot as you hit it. So hopefully I can show you later down the road here. But when you charge it up, you could use the analog stick and aim it in any direction. Pretty simple, pretty easy to play. Excuse me. With that now being said, there's other ways of doing it too. So when you play, usually you take turns. But you could also have the option to play all at once. So this way, say if you have your friends over and you don't want to really wait turn by turn anymore, you just go in and you go all together. That's a really cool feature to have, make the Mario Golf experience a little quicker, sometimes you don't want to be sitting there playing all day, because golf is a pretty long sport. So you don't want to be sitting all day, watching. So the option that they gave you that is really, really cool. Now, something that you can see also with each of the characters as you're playing the golf is you get a super meter. It's Mario Sports. Why wouldn't you? Basically, you get some super by filling up the gauge, usually by making it in the hole. If not by making it in the hole, sometimes by getting coins. And I'll explain how to get coins. Later you saw we can hit through it, but each character gets their own individual super that does their own effects. A lot of them, though, is just like if you're in the pathway, like you get pushed out of the way, which isn't really cool. But like King Bob-omb like lays some bombs out. Wiggler gets mad like the Hulk. Luigi is, I think, one of the cooler ones. When he does it, he makes the ground just full of ice. But Wiggler, when he gets mad, throws apples that'll throw some people out of the way as well. That's really cool. I really like that. That is a cool super. They make some very unique that they also drop the ball on a few. Can't lie, that was a little upsetting. Mario's, I think, was a little lame. Now, moving forward here, let's move on to the other mode. Speed golf. The way speed golf works is you get timed off. Basically, you have to hit the ball as far as possible without really getting into a bunker or the rough. But then you have to run. You have to run to your ball. You could hold down the B button to dash, or if you hit the L button, you get like a super jump. Now, that's pretty cool. Speed golf's not that bad. Running around trying to do what you need to do. You could even hit each other, get out of the way. And as I mentioned too, like with the supers, you can collect coins and you get your super faster. But now, that's not. It's a little hard to play local player, so I think you can only play 2 people on this one, which it's understandable, but also not really that great. It's not the best thing. One other thing that I've noticed too while I was doing this, Mario can't swim. None of the characters can swim in this. So basically, if you try to go in the water, you're just going to drown. For a guy who has a lot of water levels, just to drown while playing golf, you'd really think they'd give you the opportunity to swim across the pond, but it makes sense. It's supposed to be a hazard. You're not really supposed to be able to get an advantage from going through the water. And that's fine. I'm not going to complain. That's perfectly reasonable, I guess. With the speed golf, though, you have to also be really careful with what you're doing. You gotta, you could, when you use your super, but say if you're like really close to the ball, you're going to go right past it. You're not stopping. You're not stopping. You're going to go right past. And one of the other things, too, when it comes to the running is, say you use your super on your first shot, you actually get to, get a super run in there. So, like, if I was Mario, he grabs the star, and then he starts running with that star, and when he hits people, he actually can damage them as well. And some effects, the ball will stop right there, and that makes it easier for you to get to it while you're playing in speed golf. Honestly, speed golf is something you got to give a try to, but not really the, if you're really trying to play and like have a good time with your friends, not the best one to do. Let's head over to the other one. We have the challenge course here. I forgot the Battle Golf. Battle Golf is the name. Basically, the goal here is you're going to be doing speed golf, but what you got to do is make your ball into 3 holes. And basically, you just kind of they're all kind of scattered in a nice course here. And even with the course too, there's a lot of wackiness that can go on as well. You can see on the side, I guess my head will be blocking it, but you'll see there's a rush countdown. And basically what that means is you get to, you have a countdown for when something else will happen. Like bombs will start falling from the sky and hit your ball out of the way. The whole ground can turn into ice and you can't do anything about it. There's just so much random and wackiness in it, and that's just what makes Mario Golf so great. Like, well, kind of great. I can't, we'll get into more reasons about why it's not the greatest still. But, it's Mario Golf. It's a Mario sports game. You can't expect it to be the most serious golf game in the world. Like, that's not what they do. That's not how they roll. And with the Battle Golf, they have 2 different courses. They've got, I don't even remember the names of them fully, to be honest with you, but they do change it up a little bit. Because on the one that I was playing on first, you see that it's flat. On this next one, you see it's kind of like there's a lot of hills, very like ups and down, divots to go into. Like, it makes it a lot harder because you got to run around, you got to plan accordingly, because maybe like the hole that's next to you might not be the easiest to get to, because you have to run up a hill or there's a thwomp in the way or something. Like, there can be anything that goes on. And then here's like, in this one too, in this map, there's a way to hit bombs at people too, so you can aim it. Like, say if you're getting close to the hole and you see someone also is close to the hole, you shoot a bomb at them and they are getting blasted away. They ain't going to be anywhere near that hole. And that's really it for the Battle Golf. Like, there's not really too much craziness there. Like, once you make all 3 holes, you make all 3 holes. And that's really it. Now, let's get into Target Golf. Target Golf was a game mode that they released later down the road. The Target Golf has 3 different maps. You have Standard, Forest, and Volcano. Now, when you jump into here, this is not Speed Golf. This is actually more of your Standard Golf. You see that you get 3 targets to hit from, and you got to try to get as close to the center as possible. But once you get that certain level, so you'll see that I kind of hit it right on the outer ring. Once you hit that outer ring, unfortunately, that outer ring, no one else can get points on that until it resets. So that just kind of gives you a little bit of different strategy. Like, you try to maybe get the easier shots out of the way, so this way the other people can't get it. But maybe then they try for some other shots as well, and then they can't get it. After the first round, and I believe the third round, you actually get a random ball. So you could get a Yoshi egg, you could get a electric ball, which actually shuts down more stuff. You can get a Bowser Jr. bomb, which kind of sets the whole course in fog. A spike ball that kind of just drops and doesn't really bounce. It's kind of just, that's it. It moves ever so slightly, but that helps you get to where you need to be. And that's, that also incorporates into the strategy. Now, after Target Golf, we have the Golf Adventure. You take your Mii character, get some levels, kind of like it did in the Game Boy, and you just kind of walk around the overworld and do challenges. I'm not going to go too in-depth. I wasn't a big fan of this one. And then online works kind of like Mario Tennis, where you got to try to earn your rank, work your way up, and you can unlock special costumes and colors. With that, and then the single-player mode, the score attack, time attack, the only thing that's different is the one-on-one putt, and then you have the Target Golf. That's all just solo challenges. Now, we've talked a lot about the Mario Golf. It does a lot of things great. They make the Mario Golf formula kind of still work. It's very wacky, very off the wall, very crazy, very over the top. That's what you come to play for Mario Sports, and I kind of wish they focused more on that. It still plays like Mario Golf, and they could have had a great competitive scene going on here with it too. They could have gone on for years and years on end, keep the game alive. But here's where they really downfalled. They gave the game bare bones nothing to start. And that is what's been killing a lot of Nintendo games, especially the sports franchises. You put nothing in there worth of substance to keep you playing. There's nothing really keeping you around to play the game anymore. And it's like, all right, by the time they release all the cool stuff, you're already moved on. No one's playing this anymore. And that's been a huge downfall of this. Mario Tennis did that too, where all the newer stuff was coming out later, but no one wanted to play it anymore. The game was done. It was over. They moved on to the next thing. Splatoon was out. Go play Splatoon at that point. That's a game they really know how to keep alive. And it's sad to see, because Mario Golf, I loved Mario Golf. And what they were able to do, bring in Ninja, the new game modes, the new courses. But it's just, it falls so hard on its face because of the fact that they didn't release anything at the beginning of the game. And it's just a shame that that's what they've been doing. That's been a big killer of them. It killed Mario Tennis. It killed Mario Golf here. It killed even Nintendo Switch Sports, which we will talk about on a later date. If I had to give this a final rating, 5 out of 10. It did great. It was awesome for what it was. Unfortunately, it died too quickly because it had nothing going for it. And that's just really it. Let me know what you think about Mario Golf Star Rush down in the comments below, or at Twitter, or on Instagram or TikTok. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Make sure to follow, like the video if you did, subscribe, hit the bell icon to keep up to date with all the new content coming out, and I will see you in the next review. See ya.